So now we've learned that the January 6th text messages of Trump's top Department of Homeland Security officials, Chad Wolf and Ken Cuccinelli, have vanished. You know, friends, these text messages might have been deleted, but remember the old saying, there's more than one way to skin a cat or a wolf. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So before we get started, can you give me 10 seconds for a public service announcement? If you ever post comments on YouTube, on my Justice Matters channel about these videos, and you get a reply, and that reply says, hey, this is Glenn, I want you to contact me on WhatsApp at the following number. Don't contact that number. It's not me, it's fraud. It's been popping up over and over again. I report it, I try to put a stop to it, but it's hard. So here is the favor I'm going to ask you all. If you see that, please don't contact that WhatsApp number because it's not me. And second, if you would please just take 1 minute to report it as fraud, I would greatly appreciate it. It takes a village, friends. Okay, let's turn to the topic of the day. More missing text messages. More destroyed evidence from Donald Trump's time in power. First it was the Secret Service, and now Department of Homeland Security. Here is the reporting from the Washington Post. Headline, January 6 texts missing for Trump Homeland Security's Wolf and Cuccinelli. And that article begins, text messages for President Donald Trump's acting Homeland Security Secretary Chad Wolf and acting Deputy Secretary Ken Cuccinelli are missing for a key period leading up to the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol, according to 4 people briefed on the matter and internal emails. This discovery of missing records for the senior-most Homeland Security officials, which has not been previously reported, increases the volume of potential evidence that has vanished regarding the time around the Capitol attack. And friends, let's recall for just a minute who these sad little Trump lackeys are. Chad Wolf, he was a lobbyist for more than 10 years for a now defunct lobbying firm, and I'm sure that experience prepared him well to head up our nation's Homeland Security. By the way, a federal court ruled that his appointment as acting secretary of DHS was illegal. Ken Cuccinelli, he was appointed as acting deputy secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. I urge you to read his Wikipedia page. It paints this toxic mix of beliefs: anti-gay, anti-science on climate change, anti-immigrant. Please take a minute to read his Wikipedia bio. Only the best people. So now, apparently the dog ate their text messages as well. And that means there is critical evidence, potentially incriminating evidence, that is gone. Well, as I said, friends, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And by the way, no cats were harmed in the making of this video. Okay, so these text messages are missing at the moment. Maybe they're recoverable, maybe they're not. And there's no two ways about it. These kind of real-time written communications, text messages that were sent on and around January 6th, that is some of the best evidence of what these particularly loathsome Trump lackeys like Chad Wolf and Ken Cuccinelli were up to. But you know what has to happen now? Subpoenas need to rain down like hellfire on Cuccinelli and Wolf. January 6th House Select Committee subpoenas, federal grand jury subpoenas to investigate why these people deleted, destroyed, made go missing text messages that the law requires them to preserve. Because you can still maybe jam some truth out of the Wolfs and the Cuccinellis of this sad chapter. Here's how. Mark Meadows, for example. We learned recently that back in April, federal prosecutors used a subpoena to get Mark Meadows' cell phone records. So guess what? If Chad Wolf or Ken Cuccinelli communicated by Mark Meadows on or around January 6th via cell phone, there's going to be a record of it. So what you do is you subpoena a Chad Wolf to the grand jury, put him under oath, and ask him, among other questions, did you communicate with Mark Meadows on January 5th, January 6th, January 7th? You know, Donald Trump's chief of staff, who was deeply involved in trying to help Trump overturn the results of the presidential election. Did you call him? Did you text him? Did you talk to him? Now, the federal prosecutors are going to have the goods to back it up because they have Mark Meadows' cell phone records, which will show if Chad Wolf's cell phone contacted Mark Meadows' cell phone. May or may not show content. That's beyond the scope of our talk here today. Ken Cuccinelli has only one of two answers he can give. He can say, no, even though I was acting director of Homeland Security when the Homeland was under attack, I didn't talk on the phone. I didn't text Mark Meadows. If that's a lie, bang, you got him. And if he lies to the grand jury, that's perjury, a 5-year felony. If he lies to the January 6th committee about that same matter, you got him. That's what's called a false statement in violation of 18 United States Code 1001, 5-year felony. Chad Wolf's got a decision to make. Do I tell the truth about my contact and conversations and text messages with the chief of staff to the president? Of course, if he says, yes, I did call him, talk to him, text with him, okay, what did you say? He can lie, he can fudge, he can try to cover up. But the more he lies and fudges and covers up, those represent crimes of their own, like obstructing justice and accessory after the fact. So that is one way to jam some truth out of the Chad Wolfs and the Ken Cuccinellis of the world. Did I mention they were both illegally appointed to their positions, a federal court determined? How did we get here? And then here is a second way that you can jam up a Chad Wolf. The House Select Committee, the J6 committee, has interviewed more than 1,000 witnesses. Guess what? I would bet $1, that's my betting limit, I'm not a high roller, I would bet $1 that a Chad Wolf probably talked with or texted on and around January 6th some of those 1,000 witnesses. And I'm also betting the J6 committee has lots of phone records of its own from the witnesses, particularly the ones who were cooperative and probably said, here's my phone records. Oh, yeah, look, there's where Chad Wolf called me. Oh, there's where he texted me. So like I say, more than one way to skin a cat, more than one way to go at this problem of missing text messages. And you do it with subpoenas. You put somebody in the grand jury and you wear them out. That was a term we used when we put hostile witnesses, lying witnesses, witnesses who were covering up their own crimes or the crimes of others. We put them in the grand jury and we wore them out. We would try to wring every drop of truth out of them, honestly, ethically, honorably, that we could, and we would trump them, no pun intended, with records, cell phone records, email records, direct messages, social media posts, recorded, surreptitiously recorded conversations. Stay tuned, because I have a feeling we're going to be hearing about some of those in the months to come. So yeah, there are ways to force some truth out of the Chad Wolfs and the Ken Cuccinellis of, the waning days of the Trump administration, when they were all marshaling their efforts to deny Joe Biden his rightful win and keep Donald Trump in office unlawfully and unconstitutionally. It's subpoena time. Because justice matters. Heating up, friends. Heating up. And I'm telling you, I feel like we're going to get there. Please stay safe. Please stay tuned. And I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.